Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. The Sicilian defense controls the d4 square with c-pawn. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center to prepare for a d4 pawn push, where the knight will recapture if black captures on d4. d6 opens up the light-squared bishop and prevents white from pushing the pawn to e5 after black eventually plays knight f6. Bishop b5 check forces black react to this early check and prepares for white to castle. Knight d7 develops the knight and stops the check. Textbook play so far. Developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. This defends the attacked pawn. This kicks a bishop. This moves the bishop to safety. Out comes the queen and into the battle. A very strong play. The bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. The queen joins the board early, building a strong opening for white. Good job bringing your bishop out early to build a solid position. Castling gets the king out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Both kings are castled and ready for the middle game. This prepares the bishop for development. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Recaptures. A solid choice. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. This offers an equal trade of pieces. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. This is the strongest option. This threatens to capture a knight and win material after the follow-on trades. This misses a better way to add a defender to a vulnerable knight. Black activates the last piece, bringing all pieces into play. This misses a much better move. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. This is an equal trade. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Takes back. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. Recaptures. Right on target. This is a fair move. This is not the right idea. This threatens to capture a knight and win material after the follow-on trades. This stops the opponent from being able to win material through a tactic. This threatens to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-on trades. This stops the opponent from being able to tactically win a pawn. This creates space for the king to move in case it is attacked. One of the best moves. There were worse moves, but also something much better. That's fine. Very precise. This is the strongest option. This is not the right idea. This threatens to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-on trades. This prevents the opponent from being able to tactically win a pawn. Takes back. This allows the knight to control more squares. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. That pawn was free for the taking. A very strong play. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This threatens to win material through a tactic. This allows the opponent to eventually win material. This wins material. This prevents the opponent from being able to win a pawn by removing a key defender. That rook was free for the taking. This defends the attacked pawn. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This allows the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a bishop. This attacks a bishop, winning a tempo when it moves away. This overlooks a better way to move a bishop to safety. This overlooks an opportunity to increase a bishop's scope by moving it to a better square. This allows the opponent to sacrifice a bishop for a nice tactic. There was only one good move there. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. There were worse moves, but also something much better. That's an unfortunate error. This missed an opportunity to punish a mistake. This evades the check from the bishop. Right on target. This is not the right idea. Very precise. This is the only good move. This makes a passed pawn. This threatens to tactically win a knight. This stops the opponent from being able to win a knight through an eventual fork. This wins a pawn. This misses an opportunity to block a check from the opposing bishop. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it. This is the only good move. This evades the check from the rook. The bishop finds a new active square. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This allows the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a rook. This threatens to win material through a tactic. This overlooks a better way to move a rook to safety. This is the only move that works. This wins a tempo by threatening a bishop and forcing it to move away. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. This threatens to tactically win a bishop. This permits the opponent to eventually win a pawn. Black finds a nice tactic with just seconds to spare, winning a pawn. This threatens to win material through a fork. Capturing while sacrificing the knight was the right idea. This is the way to win a pawn. This threatens to win material through a tactic. This is a nice tactic found in time trouble, winning a pawn. Takes back. This misses an opportunity to tactically win a pawn. This is the strongest option. This misses an opportunity to defend a pawn that was under attack. This allows the opponent to activate the king by getting it off of the back rank. This overlooks an opportunity to defend a pawn that was under attack. Right on target. This leads to losing a pawn. This misses an opportunity to win a pawn by overloading a defender. This is the only good move. This overlooks an opportunity to create a passed pawn. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Recaptures. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. The pawn is now adequately defended. A solid choice. Very precise. This evades the check from the rook. This is not the right idea. This is a fair move. That's fine. One of the best moves. A very strong play. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. This is a fair move. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. A solid choice. This immobilizes the bishop by pinning it to the king. That's fine. This prevents the opponent from being able to win material through a tactic. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. One of the best moves. This is the strongest option. Right on target. This is a nice tactic found in time trouble. This is the only move that works. This steps away from the checking rook. This is a nice tactic found in time trouble. Takes back. Pushing a passed pawn. Very precise. A very strong play. The game was close to equal, but now white is in a losing position. This misses a better way to move a rook to safety. This evades the check from the rook. A solid choice. This loses a pawn. Black finds a nice tactic with just seconds to spare, winning a pawn. This move puts the rook on a safer square. This is a nice tactic found in time trouble, winning a pawn. This steps away from the checking rook. This move puts the pawn on a safer square. This moves the pawn to safety. This misses an opportunity to eventually win a pawn. This allows the opponent to eventually win a pawn. This missed a chance to equalize the game. Now white can't stop black from winning a pawn if they make the right moves. This is the strongest option. That pawn was free for the taking. This threatens to use a rook to counter a passed pawn. There was only one good move there. This was a game-changing move. White is no longer in a losing position. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. This misses an opportunity to use a rook to counter a passed pawn. This evades the check from the rook. This moves the rook to safety. Pushing a passed pawn. The game was close to balanced, but now black has a winning position. This is the only move that works. This blocks the attack on a pawn that could have been captured. This move puts the rook on a safer square. This steps away from the checking rook. Right on target. This threatens to force eventual checkmate. This moves the rook to safety. One of the best moves. Very precise. This is the strongest option. A very strong play. A solid choice. With the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. The Perk defense begins with d6, controlling the e5 square and preparing for knight f6. d4 takes full control of the center and opens up the dark square bishop. Knight f6 develops the knight and attacks the undefended e4 pawn. Knight c3 defends the e4 pawn. g6 prepares to fianchetto, the dark squared bishop on g7, where it will sit on the long diagonal. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center, supports the d4 pawn, and controls the e5 square. Bishop g7 puts the bishop on the long diagonal in a move called a fianchetto. Bishop e2 develops the bishop, supports the knight on f3, and prepares castling. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. c6 controls the d5 and b5 squares and allows the queen to develop on the queen side. a4 gains space on the queen side and discourages black from playing b5. This activates a queen by developing it off of its starting square, developing the bishop and increasing influence in the center. This strikes at the center with a pawn, trying to gain space. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. Takes back. That's fine. The game was close to balanced, but now black is worse. This creates luft for the king, providing it an escape square. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. Playing the same piece again slows down the progress in the opening. There was only one good move there. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it. This is the only good move. Now white can't stop black from winning a bishop if they make the right moves. Very precise. This is an equal trade. Recaptures. This blocks the attack on a queen that could have been captured. This wins a bishop. One of the best moves. This is the way to win a rook. Takes back. Recaptures. Takes back. That pin against the king will win material. This threatens to force eventual checkmate.